Okay, here's what I want out of a WordPress theme. I've talked about this before with Mike from Ollie. When you produce hyper-specific themes, like a podcast theme, an e-commerce theme, it's great. It's great that there are these, niches of themes, and it's how I think themes have always been presented. Want a restaurant, want a lawyer theme, whatever. I think the biggest challenge, though, for content creators, and maybe I'm alone in this because of the way that I approach the content stuff that I do, is I am a media site first and foremost. And with a capital M in media, the business side requires a lot more out of its WordPress theme. And I would love a WordPress theme that solves the following areas of content and commerce and community and education. So my homepage is largely a bunch of blog posts. Here's all the news that's happening, much like you would find in a traditional news site. You want to have space for whatever, breaking news, featured images, featured news, categories of different types of news, so that when the user gets there, they can see that, well, there's a lot more here than just one thing. But because it's capital M media site, it also requires, space for maybe ads. Not that I run those, but I know some folks in the WordPress space do. But certainly for, reserving space for email call to action sign up, the podcast call to actions, multiple podcast call to actions when you're a media site, capital M. I have multiple podcasts, membership sign up, donation sign up, all of this stuff, which is a lot, I understand, but it's a necessity for that homepage, which sort of spreads out throughout the rest of the requirements throughout the site. So how do you design a theme where the thought process is more than one podcast, right? WP Minute Plus. If a theme was being used for New York Times or insert any capital M media site, they like Vox Media, they will have multiple podcasts as well, audio and video. Maybe multiple newsletter signups, right, for different categories of news. Multi-authors. At the WP Minute, there's multi-authors. It's not just me. It's our editor, Eric Karkovac, is writing a piece every 2 weeks. I have other writers that write for me as well. There's the e-learning component of it too. Now, courses, education, supporting plugins like Lifter LMS is critical, in my opinion, to round out the business that is media. And once again, membership signups, donations, digital product, physical product in the terms of like t-shirts and other swag that media sites will offer, and course sign up, right? When we are trying to make this business work, we need all the things to present on a WordPress site. And I think what it is a combination of all of these different features where you might break it out as, oh, this is a podcast theme, this is a Lifter LMS theme. I think for somebody like myself and others who really take content more serious, like on the business side of things, we need all of this stuff. I mean, you could argue that too with the average person who wants to be a YouTuber, right? Owning their own .com is more important than ever in today's climate. So even the entry-level content creator needs newsletter, probably needs donations, recurring membership sign up, and eventually they make their way into maybe selling courses, certainly writing blog posts and having featured content on the site and other stuff where they might be doing consulting. I'm not saying this is easy, and I would actually pay top dollar for a theme that allows me to do that. Of course, in a great looking way, and that I can brand to match, the stuff that I do at the WP Minute. So making this video public, because this is what I need out of a WordPress theme halfway through 2025. I've needed it now for well over 2 years at this point. So if anybody's making WordPress themes, that's what I'm looking for. And hopefully if that's you, this kind of feedback makes sense.